I'm in heaven here. I'm here with the new Bliss Wertico Ride, flat ride cymbals. And I've got this beautiful 22 and this beautiful 20. And it's like they just talk to each other. They have this amazing buttery feel, which I've always wanted in my cymbals. They sound beautiful. The colors are gorgeous. They're very versatile. They dance with you.
The Wertico Ride is the first truly flat ride that Dream has ever produced. It's based on our Bliss alloy and lathing style, which is micro lathed, gives you a very warm, balanced dynamic and frequency range. There's a slight camber to it. There's absolutely no bell in the cymbal, and we've tapered the thickness across center to edge just so to create a cymbal that's balanced at all dynamic levels.
These are beautiful instruments. So, you know, sometimes you have a crash that you just want to crash, or you have a ride that you want to have people ride on. Well, these do both, but they're beautiful. So when you crash a flat ride, you get a crash, but it's not like, it's not that kind of crash. It's the energy and the motion behind the sound, but it's also controllable and it sounds great. And then when you ride on these, they follow your touch, they follow your dynamics, and you're able to express yourself with clarity. There's sort of these things that you dance with. Now, when you dance with them, they have to dance with you too.
So why would Dream want to bring a flat ride to market and impose yet another cymbal on the world? Well, as you know, like at Dream, we're pretty careful about what we bring to market. There always has to be a reason for what we're developing. It has to be a musical instrument that you can have a relationship with. But ironically, one of the very first cymbals that was unique to Dream as a model was the small bell flat. Somebody at the time was like, I need a flat ride, and I didn't like flat rides. They didn't speak to me because I couldn't understand them. They were clunky, they were too dry, they were too tingy or tangy in a way, and I just didn't dig them. So fast forward 17 years, and I have the great honor and pleasure of meeting Paul Wertico. We started connecting about sounds and about music and about cymbals. And of course, his sound has always had this incredible nuance and musicality. So those conversations, that love affair of his sound, I think I matured into it, you know, and was like, and he gave me the confidence to try and build him a cymbal. And I went, okay, great, we're gonna try and build you the sound of your dreams. Sorry for the stupid pun, but there you go.
People associate me with the flat ride sound, and that's just the way I hear music, because I hear music as being beautiful. And even when it's roaring, I still want to roar with joy and a sense of respect for the rest of the instruments. Now, the thing with flat rides is that the frequency, the overtones and undertones, they're controllable. Flat rides have a way of claiming their space without overwhelming the other instruments.
The question, I guess, is how do we decide that this is going to be the Wertico ride? Well, I don't really get to decide. It's my job to just sort of come up with options and then present them. But there's also the research piece, right? The listening. Having Paul send me recordings to listen to talk about those recordings, to try and get inside of his head and his playing and how he makes music and what makes his music so magical. It became really clear to me out of the gate that I sort of knew that Bliss was going to be the starting point. Bliss speaks to Paul. I mean, in the cymbals that we worked with and gave him to play earlier, I mean, it was clear that this is where he was leaning.
All the Dream cymbals, all of a sudden kind of brought me back to pre-Metheny days when I was playing cymbals, and I had a certain way of playing that felt like I was dancing with the stuff as opposed to playing on them.
Dynamic range is really important, that you can get a musical sound at very low volumes and very high volumes. I mean, that embodies what the Bliss series is all about. So that was for sure going to be the starting point for this cymbal. And then after that, it was really about, okay, so what makes a good flat ride? I don't know, right? Paul has to answer that for me.
It's got to have the round, beautiful sounding tick. But the other thing I'm really looking for is that it has beautiful overtones and undertones. Because if you hit a cymbal, it might sound really good, but then if you hit it hard, all of a sudden you get this kind of ugly sound, okay? It's like a piano. You really want the cymbal to be in tune with your hearing. And I was looking for that cymbal that records great, it sounds great in every room, and when you play it, it dances with you, and it's never going to fight you, not only touch-wise, but frequency-wise. Sometimes flat rides get a weird thing. It's like they're a specialty cymbal. People think, well, flat rides, that's just for jazz, for instance. Well, it's not really, because it's got a beautiful sound. Don't you want like a cymbal with beautiful articulation, so when you do play faster and you're doing a lot of intricate little rhythms, that those rhythms come out? They just sound beautiful, and why wouldn't you want to have those particular colors in your cymbal bag and your cymbal palette?